So do this. For everybody ready to invest, right? I want you to really meditate. I want you to just imagine you just lost 50 grand today, like right now. It just happened. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. It's gone. So, man, these banks will play in your face, man. Imagine them being able to just borrow money from you interest-free.
Literally, they took your money. Not even your money, your client's money. At the end of the day, your client can't even get refunded. The merchant accounts are not your friends either.
I usually preach like, oh, you ain't got to work for money. Fuck working for money, bro. The banks will just print money. Yeah, that's true. There is a flip side of that where they can clap your shit at any time and they can just decide we don't want to work with you for whatever reason.
And it's gone.
Gotta be careful, man. It's almost as if I'm saying some of these things are just unexplainable. How can bad situations be avoided? I want to ask these people to their face some real shit, and I want to be able to criticize in real time from a place of love, though. Because I really wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just say it like this, right? If you're a scammer, do your thing. If you scam people, do your thing. You scam bankers, do your thing, right? If you're a scammer, that's cool. Just don't scam me.
All day. Yeah, don't scam me. And that's just the problem that, you know what I'm saying, that comes with an entrepreneur. You know, like you said, you pick your problems, what you want to do. Hey, you want to work a 9 to 5 and that be your problem because you hate your job? Cool. Or you want to do what we're doing, get into the bag, investing, you know what I'm saying, doing everything we can the legit way.
These banks giveth, these banks taketh away.
What's the word? Welcome back to the DeleteKings Podcast. I'm DeleteKings CVO. I got DeleteKing 850 right here and Feel the Vibes right here next to me. And it's time to talk some shit.
What we talking today, y'all?
Yeah, man.
Man.
So, we back.
I honestly think we finna talk about these banks and how they tripping.
Tripping. One thing to know, these banks is not your friend. Okay? These banks are not your friend. We're not gonna say too much, so we gonna, you know what I'm saying? But all we gonna say is like, they've been tripping recently. As far as getting approvals, it's been more difficult. Some of my bankers have told me, oh, it's because it's an election year, so they're tightening up, right?
Of course, that makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, and I had more than one client, maybe now it's 3 clients, get their accounts shut down for no reason at all, right? There's situations where like merchant accounts will hold up your funds for months at a time, and we'll play with you in your face. They'll play you in your face, be like, "Oh, bobbity blah blah blah. We just gotta hold on to your money." Like, you know that South Park thing? They deposit some funds, and then now it's gone. Literally.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Like literally, I have recorded calls of these merchant people. I am gonna put them on blast. I think it's
suing them.
Avalon. Just know your day is coming one day. You know what I'm saying?
Stripe too. I got a bone to pick with Stripe right now.
Stripe, man. So at the end of the day, you're going to run into some issues the more money that you touch necessarily, I just want y'all entrepreneurs out there to be ready for that.
These banks is not your friend.
So
the merchant accounts are not your friends either.
I usually preach that, and excuse me, I'm on my phone. I'm just going through some of these podcast topics. But I usually preach like, oh, you ain't got to work for money. Fuck working for money, bro. The banks will just print money. Yeah, that's true. There is a flip side of that where they can clap your shit at any time and they can just decide we don't want to work with you for whatever reason. Now, I want to be very careful and wise with my words because, like, I've been banking with who I banked with for a long time, and I don't want to put any negative energy out in the air, you know what I'm saying? I don't usually knock on wood. I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in jinx and shit. All I got to say is it's like some of these things are just unexplainable, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's something that we should just throw out there. How can bad situations be avoided, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not really going to get into all of that, but I would definitely say the banks hate Zelle and they love ACH.
Repeat that again
They
for
don't
the
really make
people.
money off Zelle. The banks hate Zelle and they love ACH.
That's personal and business?
Personal and business, right? I think Zelle is like some third party that just making all this money off the banks, and like the banks don't really eat off those transactions for real. I think that was designed to really split the bill at dinner or something like that. But like people just use Zelle. It's quick, it's instant, it's right there, you know. But yeah, banks hate Zelle and they love ACH. Another thing you want to do is be careful with checks, right? Ironically, right, the banks do so much to prevent fraud, but it's like they end up frauding their own customers in a way where like checks will get put on hold like 14 days, 3 weeks, 21 days. Like it's crazy. That's why I hate checks. My least favorite form to get paid is a check. Write you a check. I've seen checks.
Like a check, like a straight check or
Like
a
a
cashier. Even what about a cashier's check?
No, so I'm talking written check. The
Written
original
out.
OG back in the day, you the right person. To
Okay.
check. A lot of y'all new people in the new generation, like y'all have no idea what the fuck is a check. Like don't even order checkbooks anymore type shit. But they take a very, very long time to clear. And at the end of the day, they still might bounce, even if everything is square and fair and like legitimate. Like there's checks like banks might want to say, hey, we couldn't get in touch with the person that wrote you the check, so we just decided, we didn't want to take the risk and we just canceled the check because you didn't pick up the phone. That has happened. I was like, are you guys serious? You know what I'm saying? Imagine like an entrepreneur that still works a job, right? Imagine an entrepreneur that still works a job and then like she's over here paying her contractors, paying her vendors. She writes a check and then only to find out it bounced because she didn't pick up the phone. Now imagine how that looks for the vendor. The vendor's looking crazy with because he just got a bounce check in his account. And then like it just make everybody look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you can Google it. Like the best banks in the world will sometimes turn on you. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine your account just getting shut down for no reason, or they can make an excuse saying, "Oh, we couldn't really verify like where the check came from. We couldn't get in touch with that person." So, and then imagine them trying to verify the check, right? And say that, "Oh, we got in touch with the person, but the phone number that we got for that person didn't really match up to like that's not their phone number." And you'd be like, what? Wait, what? Can you clarify? Imagine somebody writes you a check and the bank's trying to get in touch with that person to say, did you write this business a check? They get in touch with that person and they confirm that they got in touch with that person. And then they's like, oh, but, we sent it to the other department to approve the transaction. And they said that the number that we called that person on wasn't their actual number according to our secret top software system that we have in the back end. So, like, we have to call them on this number. I'm like, what type of super phone book y'all got? Right? Yellow pages and shit. So why are we having this conversation? It's like, the more money you touch, I'm saying, like, you can learn these things from experience, or you can watch this damn podcast, listen to this podcast, and know to be careful, Like, a lot of people don't get it. Another thing to watch out for is doing this isn't no list in any order. We kind of freestyling a little bit.
Spitballing here.
But another thing to look out for, banks hate when you are withdrawing and depositing more than $5,000, right? They have something called fractioning. That's another topic where they think you're purposely trying to stay under $10,000 so they don't have to do the financial report to the IRS. And they have another thing called they hate Zelle. And then another thing where it's like, why does it look like you're sending out all these small little bite-sized transactions, right? So, oh yeah, but I was talking about cash deposits, right? For some reason, the banks just hate cash. They're like, even when you're opening up a business bank account or a bank account regulator, they ask you like, how much cash you think you're gonna be bringing to the counter? Because we don't like counting all that cash. One, it's dirty. Two, it's like, it just takes up time when there's a long line behind you. And at the end of the day, they hate cash. So sometimes they will charge you to deposit more than $5,000 in cash in your business bank accounts. And then more times than not, if you're using a personal bank account, you can deposit as much cash as you want, right? It's all weird.
That make no sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense. But in another life, I would have been a banker in another life and really understood all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to follow the rules of these banks. And our purpose for telling you all this stuff is for educational purposes.
So you don't get a business account.
Clap.
Do some dumb shit.
Oh, you know, one person that I worked with a very long time ago, how he got his bank account clapped. He tried to deposit over $100,000 into a personal checking account. Guys, that's dumb. That's dumb. If you're doing business with your personal checking accounts and you're trying to deposit so much money in your personal checking accounts, that's dumb, guys.
I probably deposit into my personal account from my business account for like most $1,000 a month.
Right. Do something that makes sense. But I'm talking, man, I know somebody was
wanted 100 in they shit.
Tried to dump 100 in a personal account, and
it was from his business.
It might have not been from his business.
It just 100 period.
Business activity in a personal checking account.
And so if they close your account, do you lose that money?
Yeah.
That, you can't get it.
It depends, because they're gonna say, one, we had to verify the funds,
where it came from,
and then they're gonna take their time.
Yeah.
To verify those funds. And then by the time they verify, they can still play with you. All right, we'll send it back when we feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, these banks is not your friends. Another thing, I'll even put them on blast. Navy Federal, oh my God. The best and the worst credit union in the world. They suck, right? They turn a blind eye to a lot of things that go on within their bank, your credit union or whatever, because they know they can charge you interest out the ass or whatever, right? They're known for easy, crazy, high limit approvals for this and that or whatever, and they have all this exclusivity. I can barely fucking say the word.
Exclusivity?
Yeah. They have all that. Oh, it's so inclusive.
Exclusive. It's so exclusive. Exclusivity.
Right.
Exclusive, on point, high tier, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, and then it's like, man, don't ever, man. When I put like, I had a lot of activity going in through there, but they put me through hell. I'm talking hours and hours and hours on the phone, and I shouldn't put this on a public platform, but I'm saying, like, I'd have put in 25 hours on the phone.
Just with Navy.
Just for Navy.
That's a day.
Why did we see that much going out, and why did we see that much going out? I'm like, bro.
Now, was this in your business account or personal?
It was personal.
I mean, that's probably why.
I was trying to help people personally.
Mm.
And everything was legit. Like, the funds could be traced to a legitimate source, but it's just like, damn. Like, why am I on hold for 2 hours? For what? You know what I mean? So these are some of the headaches that entrepreneurs deal with at the end of the day. What's the worst thing that you've pretty much come across with these banks, man?
I mean, right now, so I have like, I guess, two. One, when I got one of my approvals, I was approved, everything was going, and it took them like 3 months to give me the money. Like 3-4 months. I was already approved, signed documents, and I'm just waiting, calling, waiting. And then I get a call by like December, like, oh yeah, we're good to go. It's gonna be in your account in like 4 days. Cool. 4 days came, nothing. The call again, oh, it's coming in. Boom, it finally came. You know what I'm saying? Just to like, after you sign that dotted line, after you're approved and it's supposed to be guaranteed, they're supposed to drop that money. You know what I'm saying? At least give them a week, not 3 months. Like, technically, they're taking away from my business. You know what I'm saying? I could have made some plays already.
Imagine if you made some decisions based off expecting that money to come.
Oh, they would have been playing with my money and my emotions.
Because that'll happen. I'm waiting on money to come, so I'm spending some joint based off of my accounts receivables.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, you still waiting on money to come. Like,
that money gone.
That could fuck somebody up. That's not ready, that don't got the extra joint to play around with. So, man, these banks will play in your face, man. That's why, I emphasized it on this reel that I posted the other day about like approvals. Like an approval ain't worth nothing until you get it in your hand for real. Like you really gotta get to the finish. Like you really gotta secure the funding, secure the bag. Don't fall for the first approval. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to see it appear in my account.
No.
That's when I'm gonna get excited about this shit. That's when we gonna do something with it.
Exactly.
100%. And the only thing other than that, I got to play with, I guess, is the merchant side, because I got like 16 grand jammed up in the merchant because of some dumb shit that happened. Wasn't on me, somebody else. But I provided all the documents they needed, everything that was necessary for it. I was also telling them I can call my client, and they still not fucking with me. And so with them, they put money in my account. The next day, took it out. Then I got another client to swipe on my, you know what I'm saying? He purchased a product, boom, swiped. Now that money is just sitting, and every day it keeps changing. Oh, your money's gonna be in your account this day. You know what I'm saying? The following day, it'll change to the following day, and the following day, and the following day. And I've even messaged them like, hey, you guys have not even refunded my clients. You guys have not pushed anything. On my dashboard says nothing. I'm going to take legal action if you guys don't respond and help me out with the situation, and I get nothing. Like, that is annoying. And it's like I get to log in on the Stripe all day, and it says it right there, 16,000 coming to your account tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, 16,000 coming to your account the next day. Oh my God, that's the most annoying shit ever.
They're gonna drop it on April Fools.
Right? I would hope so. But I don't think they drop it there regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
imagine them being able to just borrow money from you interest free.
Literally, they took your money. Not even your money, your client's money at the end of the day. Your client can't even get refunded. And there was no status or anything determining or stating that they tried to at least refund that money. They said within 5 days of the transaction's failure. Like,
that's a long time.
But it's been over 5 days, and there's never even been a type of refund. And if I press the refund button, they're gonna go in my account and refund that. But that needs to come from the money that's sitting in fucking the cloud. Yeah. Well, technically in Stripe's bank account, whatever Stripe holds their money, their millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Stripe is striping your cheeks.
Yeah.
For 16 bands.
So there's a thing, and I be daydreaming about like, man, I hear so many of these stories over and over again. It's like laws have to change, because I even Googled it on the news when it happened to a few of my clients. 1, 2, 3 client, like same bank too. My it used to be my favorite bank, but it's now they like, and it's like I can only speak to my personal experience for what they've done for me. Right? So I don't want to speak bad on them, but as like from what I witnessed, like
they on bullshit.
Yeah, and even on this podcast, I've said before, hey, they show me love, but I hear some odd things about them from time to time. But like, to be honest, man, something got to change about that.
So,
you know what I mean?
Look, I got a question. So as far as that situation, let's say, you know what I'm saying, even the merchant side or the bank side, can we not take legal action?
Man, I think there's a lot of things on I think it's called FDIC.
Yeah.
I could be pronouncing that wrong.
No, I think that's what it is.
Right? Like, those is one thing I signed up for, where dude just read that website. I paid for this webinar. All he was doing was reading off of that website. And there's a lot of fines on there for these institutions that do this crazy stuff. And that if you could decipher the stuff that's on that website, and you can get the right attorney, these banks are supposed to, they can be fined up to like $1 million or $1 million per day. It's just some crazy high numbers when a bank can be proven to be like committing fraud against like
a consumer.
So it's like all this is hearsay. Like I'm regurgitating something that I've heard, but I know it's true based off of what's on these federal websites. But the thing is, you're going to see a lot of shit online on your timelines that everybody's having a hard time enforcing, right? There's a lot of laws out there that people can say, oh, I heard that, this morning I was having a conversation. Oh, I heard I can get my mortgage discharged. not only deleted from my report because it was late a couple times, but actually discharged, and then I won't have to owe anymore, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, guys, you're going to see a lot of stuff on your timeline.
That say you could fly, pretty much.
Right. And it's like, man, you're going to see people even post results and post receipts. Oh, Experian paid me $2,000 because I sued them and this and that. Like, it's a rabbit hole you have to go down if you're going to get the results. Like, you're going to have to study. Like, I'm in a paid group to really, just to stay in the group, I got to pay every month and really learn this stuff for real on how to execute all that arbitration and really like suing the banks. But knowing that stuff is possible gives me some sort of peace. Like, man, one day, because, they have you sign at the bank, hey, you can't do no class action suit against us. And they'd be just suing people out of nowhere, right? But real talk, there's something called an arbitration clause. That means, it's kind of like if you're at a mediation in court, like before you get to the judge, try and figure it out in a room with the plaintiff and the defendant and blah, blah, blah. So there's something called arbitration.
I've heard of it in sports.
There's something called arbitration that y'all should look into, where it would cost these banks and even credit reporting agencies to go to arbitration. There's something I think called either JAMS. I could be getting it wrong, so I don't even want to quote the stuff that I've learned recently that I'm currently studying. But at the end of the day, there's stuff out there. If you do your proper research, you can sue these banks for wrongdoing, and they will pay out that bread, right? So I don't want to just get on this podcast and start rambling about, oh, I heard this, I heard that, but I don't have the full details. That's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, these banks will pay out if you got your stuff together and you study. But this little light podcast, this is really just letting y'all know the headaches you could be dealing with. Like, you could be dealing with entrepreneurs, they smiling half the time, and then you'll see that one random post talking about how they're really going through it behind the scenes, And that's what I realized a very, very long time ago. Like, I realized I want nice things, but it took me so long to realize it's going to come with some bullshit. Like, that's why I like, yo, pick your problems. And I recently posted my pick your problems reel that I edited from like 6 months ago. Like, you really got to pick your problems. Like, you might see a nice truck, but like, there's a car note behind that. And behind every car note
is the maintenance.
Is the maintenance and sweat equity and really maintaining the nice stuff. And when you're dealing with numbers, I noticed, like, man, the more money I touch and come across, like even today, I was crunching numbers, last day of the month. I'm like, oh, such and such and such and such got to get paid. Vendors, bills, And I'm trying to make it all make sense before the end of the month, And it's called get an accountant, get a bookkeeper. Like, if you still wearing all the hats in your business, you fucking up. So I know I'm fucking up. But at the end of the day, like, you got to watch your numbers. Like, I couldn't do nothing without no damn spreadsheet. Like, if you don't got a spreadsheet in your life, you fucking up. You know what I mean? So that's it for now. As far as like, yo, these banks ain't playing fair these days. Like, they will shut down your account and say, we have the right to not do business with you or associate with you.
And keep your money.
Right?
And keep your money. That's we're gonna keep it. You can't touch it.
We're gonna tell you you're gonna get it tomorrow and then I'll get it.
So that's another game. Like, I just prefer not to play that. There's two different rat races out there. Don't get it twisted. You can be in a rat race, you trading your time for money, and then your money coming slow. It's coming through your boss that signs your checks and all that, right? That's cool. Right? You get to the entrepreneur level, there's two levels of it. It's like you're either just a beast at making money and not taking money, not scamming a bunch of people. But if you got a product you sell, oh man, you got a product you can sell, you in the best position out of most. And you sell that, you times that, boom. Otherwise, you trying to build wealth, you park your money into real estate, right? The people in the middle, they get the money from the banks. They get printed out by typing a few things on the keyboard. Boom, you get business funding. Those are the people in the middle on their way to really getting rich, wealthy. You know what I mean? Get into the bag where you can just, you know what I mean? They ain't got it yet, but they on their way up, right? So those people in the middle, you gotta be super careful on your way up. You can get jammed up, with these banks. They do not play fair. They is not your friend. And at the end of the day, like they will be their first investors. They'll give you a little quick 20, quick 50, but as soon as they give it to you, they can't take it away. If they don't even I had two consultations just today alone oh yeah, so yeah, Amex, they're asking for, financial review, and they just like, I guess like, I was trying to invest in XYZ and I had, 20,000 to play with, and then now it's like they froze it and they want to verify my personal income, and they're asking for 2 months pay stubs and this. I'm like, yeah, they can do that.
Sound like a headache.
Like, yeah, it's a headache, but it's just like, I keep going back to the like, all right, choose what headache you rather have. You trading your time for money, or it's like a quick ban. All right, send them the documents. I told her, like, cool. She was like, well, that was household income that I put. Yeah, just send them what you can. Maybe they close your shit out. Maybe they keep it open. They probably don't actually care. They probably just trying to verify that you're a human being and it's not like...
You're not a bot.
Yeah, it's not. You're not a bot. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they seen the weird transactions. She was like, I've just been, I've managed to get money off the card through my Cashapp. I'm like, you can connect the credit card to Cashapp?
Damn, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I'm like, did you just teach me a whole manufacturer spending play? Like,
you can do that? Let me see, where does that say? Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? Or is that a cash advance?
We going to Cashapp right now just to see.
But is that why her shit got jammed up, though?
Get your tax forms. No, get your max refund.
I thought you can only do debit cards with Cashapp, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a link to an account or an account. But it's like...
Account routing, direct deposit, get bank or wire transfer, deposit paper money, recurring deposits.
I don't know what she did. I don't know how she did it, but...
She probably just added it. Like,
well, I went into my Cashapp and got $100 in here. That's amazing. I didn't know I had this. I'm gonna cash this out.
Yeah.
You feel me? What?
But yeah, man. Like, you gotta be careful, man. It's almost as if I'm saying, like, the opposite of what I preach, but it's not really. It's just like these banks giveth, these banks taketh away. Right?
Just like God.
Verse 1 in the book of DeleteKings.
Oh, I just got Zelle. Okay, cool.
First book of
I've been waiting on that.
Damn, you got a Zelle, I got 100. Hey, Phil, what you got?
I'm watching y'all. That's the fuck I'm doing.
But now we was just chopping it up. These podcasts, they have to happen. Consistency over everything. Like, we got a whole bunch of podcast topics dropping coming soon, and
more guests coming soon.
And we I guess we just vented to y'all. Like, we got a lot. We be having 6 figures jammed up sometimes. Like,
and that's just the problem that, you know what I'm saying, that comes with an entrepreneur. Like you said, you pick your problems, what you want to do. Hey, you want to work a 9 to 5 and that be your problem because you hate your job? Cool. Or you want to do what we're doing, get into the bag, investing, you know what I'm saying, doing everything we can, and get a little jammed up here and there by some of these banks.
In other words, do you want to get jammed up with your boss's money, or would you rather get jammed up with your money?
Exactly, or with the bank's money, even if the bank, however it is.
I mean, it's still the bank's money. I think, you know what I'm saying? Because
however it is, it's just you have to learn patience. Like, you don't have a choice but to learn patience.
It's a virtue.
Like, if I'm dealing with clients that be impatient, I just be looking at them like, oh, you're waiting on little 20 bands. Oh, you know what I'm waiting on for 5-6 months? You don't want to know, and I don't want to even go back and forth with you on that, because it's just like, what are we just, you know what I'm saying? Or are we having a competition of who's like, you know what I'm saying? At that point, it's such a pointless conversation. Are we going to just stress each other out, or are you going to be patient with me? Because that's part of the business. It's part of the business. It's like certain things are outside of our control. And so we got to focus on the things that we can control, and then learn not to just rely on the bank's money. We still got to learn how to make money. We still got to learn how to, like, do good business. And even it happens in real estate. One of my real estate investments, I was expecting a 10% return on my investment in 3 months, right? I used money that I had to. It wasn't 0%. I used money that if I'm expecting 10% on my money, after maybe 10 months, I did the math. If it went past 10 months, then I'm not breaking even. Now it's costing me money. It went past 10 months. Did I bitch and moan? No. But what did it teach me? Real estate take time. Real estate takes time.
No, 100%. And that's why with the play I got going on with one of my real estate guys, hey, it's gonna be this. I'm getting 10%. He talking certain time frames. Cool. All right, I could do that price. Mm-hmm. I could do that, but now it's like,
what are the contingencies?
Exactly. What happens if this don't close? What's the closing date? What do you think is the closing date? And we'll put that on there. And if it goes past that date, I need interest. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need something to go to me, because you promised me this, or you're saying this. I'm going off your word. You're making me invest off your word. So now to get me to invest, I need my words on there.
You need a return on
You know what I'm
investment.
saying? So definitely, you got to get all that for sure. Like I'm not moving a muscle unless I know I'm gonna get my money back, get a percentage of my money, or get some interest on my money, because
Doing, man.
that's the investing process. That's the entrepreneur process. And even in real estate, my guy told me, hey, as long as you make 10%, you really in the game. You know what I'm saying? Your money back plus 10%, that's cool. That's extra dollars that you didn't have based on your money, and your money's working for you. Cool. So that's what I need. And if it don't hit that, I need my 10% my money and my 15% interest every day. Almost like I'm stingy when it comes to that, because I could do something better based off your word that you're telling me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bet on myself before I bet on you, but you making this look so good and it sounds so good. We got a little relationship here. I'm gonna give you that chance. You know what I'm saying? The benefit of the doubt. But once you screw me, now I don't want to do business with you again. Now you owe me some money, and I'm gonna go do what I need to do to go make me some more money, because now that's jammed up.
And another thing about that, just to piggyback off of that, these business deals sound so good. I call it the honeymoon phase of a business transaction where everybody's enthusiastic. Right?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna make this
Take
money.
my money. Right?
It costs this.
You're gonna get this back. Okay, cool. That's cool. It's cool to talk about it. And then phase 2, get it on paper. Put it in black and white. Put it in, and then we talking business now. Cool. Y'all might have that relationship, but keep in mind, money can ruin a lot of relationships. Especially when nothing is not on paper in black and white ink, because people, one, conveniently just forget what they agreed to. They forget the timeline. They forget the percentages. They forget the numbers. And they start talking about how they feel. Oh my God, don't get me started. How you feel? You bring in how you feel. Oh, I just feel, because my expenses is this and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, bro, I can't control how long it takes to send a wire or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or just something that a third party factor where how long it takes to get paid or blah, blah, blah. We got to focus on the things that are out in our control and stay focused, right? So you're enthusiastic up front. You're talking numbers up front, right? And when you're so happy about doing the deal, trying to rush to do it, let's get it done. Let's get to the money. Boom, boom, boom. Slow down, put it on paper. Maybe get a third party to vet the transaction, to read over it. Maybe, cross the I's, dot the T's. Maybe get a lawyer involved. What's the problem?
Right? This business. This business.
When I get people reading, and I literally my agreement for business funding, I would prefer we both hop on Zoom, record it, and I spell it out for you. I'm not your attorney. You still got to go, read this over on your own time. But I want it just spelled out. So I need to make sure this is a win-win situation. I need you to feel it in your heart, and you're comfortable with what I'm about to charge you. And you're my homie. You're my homie. Like, I have clients that we just develop this trust, because we dealing with large numbers. So all these people, I don't trust nobody, blah, blah, blah. No, you're gonna have to, if you want to do business, you're gonna have to end up trusting somebody, right? I don't like to put people in a position where I have to trust them, right? So that's why, one, I like things recorded, and I like things on paper in black and white, right? And I do business straightforward. That's why with me, if you're gonna come to me for my services, I prefer hey, I can show you better than I can tell you. You want some business funding? I can show you some business funding. I got some business funding. I'll whip out my phone at any time and show you legitimate results for business funding. The thing that I tell you I'm good at, I can show you. You shouldn't have to just rely on my word. You shouldn't have to, right? Somebody told me they flip real estate, they own real estate. Hey, can I see HUD or title or something in your name? Can I search you up on a county website that shows you are the landlord of such as you own XYZ property? Because some of that stuff is public record. Okay, you got your stuff in the trust, cool. Just show me just show me
something.
Show me the fucking Carfax.
My mentors, I've been to their office. They got big ass logos on the wall. He took screenshots and put them in frames of all these little wholesale deals. 100. All right, cool. Those are screenshots, whole deals. You typed up that little fancy thing and took the pictures of the property. But when I seen 40 envelopes from ComEd, his electric bills from 40 different envelopes.
Damn, wait.
He got properties.
40 different bills.
He got properties.
Yeah.
He got 40 fucking envelopes. ComEd. he paying the electric. That nigga got properties. We driving to his properties. You know what I'm saying? It said his, all right, cool. And I could trace that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like you shouldn't have to just go off a motherfucker's word. Like, you know, that goes for Amazon automation. Hey, show me the back end. And that shit could be manipulated too. But
100%.
you
Like,
know.
and also, guys, you gotta remember, don't let social media fool you for real, because anybody can show you a post. You know what I'm saying? But for anything that's pre-post, you know what I'm saying, that's posted, not pre-posted, that's posted, 9 times out of 10, they could have got some random little dude to Photoshop or AI this or add this number here, make this number there, make that blank. They could do that. You know what I'm saying? So don't trust everything you see on social media, but someone that can really show you results and actually like, hey, I could, like Ty said, he could whip out his phone. I whip out my phone right now and show you some accounts. These are accounts that are in my phone. This is real life.
In real time.
In real time. This is not, hey, we can hop on a Zoom and I'll show you. Not, here's my promo. Look at what this is. Look how much numbers I have on that video. And be like, okay, what about now? Can you show it to me now? You know what I'm saying? So don't get into the what's
Facade.
The facade and the twilight zone of the bullshit.
Yo, the craziest. So follow me. We still staying on track, but follow me. The craziest thing that I've seen that somebody faked, or this guy named Spencer pointed it out. There's this guy that sells YouTube automation. As far-fetched as that is, faceless YouTube channel. I meet this guy in person. I'm shaking his hand. He's pretty cool. He owns a Lambo, like, you know. But somebody else pointed out something that he might be doing where he'll log on his YouTube channel for promotion. Like, you're gonna see big 6-figure numbers, right? But Spencer pointed it out. Somebody pointed it out that on the back end of YouTube, when they're showing the numbers that you're making from YouTube, you can simply switch it to a different currency, and it'll look like you just made $200,000 in dollars.
Oh,
But literally, it'll be $300. But you switch the currency
to like Africa or some shit.
Literally, I swear it'll look like you just made $250,000 in the last 60 days from a faceless YouTube channel. I'm like, yo, that's wild.
You see the facade? You see
So
you see the mind, the Jedi mind tricks that they play on you? It's crazy.
It's crazy. You know,
man, F that. You want to know what's going on? I'm going to go pull out the cash from the bank, slap you with it. I'm going to slap you with real money and then put it back in my bank and be like, you want to tap in now? Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit you with it.
Yeah, and it's like, man, and it's wild because it's like, man, that's how they'll hook you on. And they'll tell you, we can do the same for you. And then you'll get people to invest in crazy amounts. So I don't want to get off topic, but I want to stay on topic. Phase 1 is the honeymoon phase of you're ready to invest with somebody and do business with them, and they're telling you they can get you the results. 2, all right, cool. The second phase, get the agreement in black and white writing, and don't be scared to just ask for proof before you sign on the dotted line. Ask for, okay, you just sold me the dream. The dream is sold. I'm convinced. Take my money. But
now where's the game plan?
But if this goes wrong, what are the contingencies? What are the guarantees? And guarantees go south everywhere. That's a different podcast topic. At that point, if this goes wrong, then what? Because that's where everything pretty much stops and go haywire. You can get ghosted, right? It's like you got to have, okay, if I borrow you money, first off, I do hard money lending. I don't borrow money to anybody that I know they couldn't get approved from the bank. Right? You got to qualify for the bank's money before you get my money, period. So if I know I can get you funding, it makes me more comfortable. Hey, you need this until I get you some funding because you're on my program anyways. You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of situation. You know what I mean? Just know what you're getting into. Yeah. I was going to tell this to you the other day. Like, imagine you want to spend 50. I was like, all right, cool. You ready to spend 50? You sure? Have you ever flipped $2,000 successfully with somebody? Anybody? Can you start small? Can you start with that? That person saying that they can flip 50 for you. Can they flip 5 for you? So do this. For everybody ready to invest, right? I want you just, before you send the wire, I just want you to breathe in, breathe out. Take 30 minutes. I want you to really meditate. I want you to just imagine you just lost $50,000 today, like right now. It just happened. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. It's gone.
Fuck the bank.
It's gone. I want you to just really sit with those emotions, how you will feel. What does your life look like? Imagine
Shit.
If I lost 50 grand.
And I'm not trying to be pessimistic.
And especially think about if you have kids too. If you got kids, you lost 50
you just
grand.
lost. I just want you, before you really make that decision, I need you to know, I just need you to go into time travel to your future self, like, and just internalize those emotions. And if you can deal with the risk, if you can still survive and not blow your head off, and do what you gotta do. If you can, I'm not trying to be the opposite of all the people that tell you gotta go big or go home. That's not what I'm trying to do.
No, big risk with big reward sometimes, but
big reward.
you just gotta be mentally prepared and ready, and also understand that, yeah, you could. I'm about to ready to invest 50. I'm gonna make 100, or I make my 50, or I lose it the fuck all. You gotta be ready for either scenario.
Like I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Dion that was talking, and we was driving. I was listening. I was like, bro, then he just said he invested 50 in a mentor, and he made that same 50 back that same month plus more. I was ready to. I was ready. I was like, you see me. I was like, take my money. I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Take my money right now. Right. Whole time, I don't know if he gonna tell you. Like, he be making posts. He be making some throwback posts about how he was down and out a couple years ago. But he had corporate. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't no dumbass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was his last 50. You know what I'm saying?
But he had at least he
had
had
some
50.
corporate common sense is different than regular 9-to-5 common sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So whether he did that with the bank's money, I look up to that guy. You know, he's an inspiration.
Wait,
but,
Dion?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders?
No. So you're saying you look, bro? I'm telling you, from what I've seen on the masterclass that I paid for him, he ain't nothing special. He wasn't giving up no sauce. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't. I mean, amazing what it is, but like the sauce he was giving wasn't even the sauce he was honestly supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? He's telling people, go get these hard inquiries, go use this personal, on personal shit, this, that. I'm like, bro, what?
We preaching the opposite.
You literally preaching the opposite. You want these, like, what I looked at it as this. What I saw he was doing, he was helping these people get approved for this card on their personal so they can spend on these mentors that had him as a guest on his thing so they all can get paid. Right. That's how I thought. That's what it looked like to me at the end of everything. Because if you giving sauce, people are paying for this class, and this class is for you to learn and educate yourself. Anybody go get a regular damn personal card, but where the business card? Where's this? Where's that? Where's the data points? Didn't give nothing. But I do think that, hey, go apply for this card. They'll approve you for this much. And then at the end of this masterclass, these mentors are going to charge you this much. We just got you funded from this bank. Use that funding to pay these guys.
I mean, if
it worked, I mean, hey, I'm that we gonna do that too, right. But it's the simple fact, like, if we do a masterclass, if me and Ty get on and we do a masterclass for you guys and really do something, we gonna give you some plays. We gonna give you not all the plays, but we gonna give you some plays.
It has to be a win-win where they benefit. Like,
exactly. I don't see no benefit from that. What I see is a hard inquiry that you can't get off. You're gonna spend all that money, max that card out. Now your credit score goes down, and now you're gonna go on this trip with these guys. Your credit's all fucked up.
And they even follow the instructions because your credit is fucked up.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, what? Just they're gonna keep you in the middle before fucking anybody. At that point, I looked at it, I was like, whoa. So yeah, when we start our process, our classes, it already started. But like when we start that real, like we taking the trips, you in Bali with us, you in Japan with us, we doing that thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's real consultation at the end of the day. What we're not, so for clarity, because this could be misconstrued how we're coming off. You know what I'm saying? There are entrepreneurs that I look up to, that I respect. There are conversations that I want to have with these people, right? There's people like you can see who I follow. It's public, you know? I'm gonna say this. This is a challenge. I wonder if I can have these honest conversations with these people on my podcast eventually. And I want to ask them the tough question. I want to ask Like, when's the last time you got an Age Corp funded for $500,000? Can I see your credit score right now? You know what I'm saying? Because you just sold XYZ to this many people.
Right? Like,
hey,
ooh.
I also want to see, like, I just want to, I want to know, like, buddy with the faceless YouTube joints, right? I want to ask these people to their face, like, some real shit. And I want to be able to criticize in real time from a place of love, though.
Yeah, not a.
Because I really wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, because my whole thing is this, right? Even if you're a scammer, right? Can I be, like, this is another podcast topic. I keep interrupting myself, right? I'm going to just say it like this, right? If you're a scammer, do your thing. If you scam people, do your thing. You scam bankers, do your thing, right? Like, I don't want you scamming me, right?
No.
Here's a question. Can you be friends with a scammer?
Yeah.
Okay, can you be friends with a scammer?
Yeah, if they not scamming me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know if I could call a couple motherfuckers right now, like, hey, you got that play? Oh, yeah, you doing that? What? Oh, you got that sauce? Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They not fucking me over.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can be cool. We can be cool. You ain't even got to tell me. You ain't even really got to tell me, okay, I scam people. You don't have to be, because I could read between, like, we can have an honest conversation. I could read between the lines. I can still be cool. I can still be your homie.
100%.
I can still know that.
I'll still help you promote your shit.
Mentees, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You charge your mentees on their personal credit cards, and you maxed out their, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I could like, you know what I mean. It's almost like, it's like, just don't scam me,
right? Like, I'm here for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, we can still collab on the podcast.
Like,
and I'm not saying, hey, we're gonna collab and promote your shit where you're gonna scam people. You know what I'm saying? People got to come to their own conclusions with their own common sense.
Yeah, but we still gonna promote your brand. We gonna still fuck with you, but
right. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit I would prefer not to say to your face, but I would.
100%.
Because all these people, they cool as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chains designer, all this shit, cars.
Like Pushmade Dev and shit.
You want to be in the circle. They say get in the room. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I still want to ask some tough questions. And there's a handful of people I would be like, I just want to be like, hey, what's your credit score? Here's mine.
Look, because I want to say the same thing too. Like that Punchmade Dev, he be, you know what I'm saying, scamming the banks, doing the card, this and that. I just seen him. He posted.
I feel like he fake scamming. I feel like he fake scamming.
I feel like he is too a little bit, but look, I feel like he is too, but I feel like he also is. He is.
I feel like he did. Now he's at a point where he don't got to no more.
That is possible. Then he just did an AZ on the block freestyle.
Yeah, I think.
And he had all that money on him. And then I'm looking, I'm like, Yep. But look at
that one.
His bands were all purple. So that means they're the 2000 bands.
Don't get it confused.
What? The violet or
Punch. You talking about Punch first?
Punch Made. Yeah, I'm talking about Punch Made Dead.
Yeah, we talking about Punch
first.
This is Punch.
Nope. He going purple bands?
No, bro. I'm talking about Punch. This is what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about bro because he irrelevant for real. I'm talking about Punch Made Dev was on AZ's freestyle, and he had some bands on him. He was holding bands from his waist to about here, and they was all purple bands.
He was in a public setting. South by Southwest? South by Southwest, right?
No, that's his specific one. South by Southwest is done.
Oh, okay.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? So he posted, I'm looking, and he be talking crazy as far as what he be doing, this and that.
I fucking love it.
And then I'm looking at that, and I'm almost counting. That's like, I was going to pocket watch. I was like, wait, that's 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I was like, you got like 75 right there. And you try to make it look like a lot. I'm like, I can go pull out. You know what I'm saying?
Perception is cool. Here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Punch, you're invited to this podcast. It's all love.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just want to know. You know what I'm saying?
What he's doing is obvious. He got plays. So the amount of traffic he's getting organically, he'll just sell an ebook for like $50 or something. Or here's the sauce for $200. Don't hop in my DM if you ain't ready. You want the cash ass up, boom. So information is, you know what I'm saying, making all that shit legit, and he can just recycle the same 75K. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Like, that's what it is. Even with the other buddy, I wish I remember
his name.
I don't know if it's not Royce, is it?
I don't.
It's worse than that dude. Punch Made Dev is
Punch Made Dev. He the GOAT. He's a new band man. But like, Because Bandman just opened up his official scam school where he's teaching you the plays, right?
Oh, see?
Bandman is teaching you the plays now so you don't get scammed. So that's legitimate. If you got a school for scamming, cool. So it's like, now you learn all the plays for $50 a month or whatever. You know what I mean? But this podcast started off with These Banks Is Not Your Friend till we got a little bit into how to get into your first investments for real. Just vet the people, because at the end of the day, if you want to do business with your friends or your clientele that you have and are developing that personal relationship with, you still keeping a business. But at the end of the day, no matter how close you are, you still want to have those agreements in black and white writing at the least, right? And then you can have your contingencies in place, have a scenario on paper. Well, if it goes wrong, then what? And then at the end of the day, when it comes to investing in information and gurus and this and that, just be ready to lose. You know what I mean? Back 2019, I went through my old phone. I seen this, one of my first big investments at the time. I was like, man, do I get this 6-band? I couldn't. It was December, right? Whatever I was doing with my life savings at the time, I had that in credit to swipe, right? And I was like, I ain't going into the new year with this same money. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to elevate. I made that investment. You know what I mean? With some people, did they scam me? I learned a lot, but it was very it wasn't too much off of YouTube University and common sense, right? But it was one of those, if it doesn't work, it's you that's not working. I'm like, bro, I'm making the calls. It was like marketing, and it's like social media marketing agency. You can learn a lot from sales, consistency, the discipline you have to have, the phone calls you got to make. It's a numbers game, blah, 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 blah. I invested in some people just so they can turn around and tell me, you're not making enough phone calls. I'm like, bro, I did
1,000 today. I haven't stopped. I just got off a phone call right now.
I didn't stop what I hate to do something that I hate. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's going to get ugly before it gets better, like a slingshot. You got to do the groundwork. And it's going to get ugly, but it's just it's to the point where it's if it doesn't work, it's because you didn't work. Oldest trick in the book. But it did teach me a lot, but it was just man, do I do a chargeback? I don't know. No, it's cool. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew I couldn't go into the New Year's with that money in my account. I couldn't do it. I was like, that's when you feel the pain. I'm gonna end off on this. You had, before you're ready to change your life, you gotta want success. You can't breathe. Nah, I'd rather burn this money than see it just sitting there, knowing that money could change my life. I had to get the information. I had to trust that Buddy could really help me scale my business from scratch, right? He literally said, it was sales, I'm gonna hold your hand to 5 figures a month. I'm gonna hold your hand virtually. We're gonna do calls and one-on-ones and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
And then it was fuck that guy. No,
I was prepared to, it's all or nothing type of shit, I needed to change, But I hope this is interesting, insightful conversation for y'all to, tune in on.
Yeah,
we covered a couple different topics.
we went everywhere, but it was everything that was needed. This kind of stuff that we were in the realm of right now. So we just started to, hey, we just gonna free ball it. We gonna talk our talk because, hey, sometimes that is needed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't need to talk. You just need to know what's going on and kind of figure out for yourself and also hear it for yourself from entrepreneurs that are working towards millions of dollars and doing a lot of these things that you see on the internet. But we're trying to do it the legit way. Like I said, we talk about scamming. We talk about the banks fucking you. We talk about perception and deception and everything. So this is definitely something that sometimes we just gonna need to talk.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, if you're a scammer, that's cool. Just don't scam me.
All day. Yeah, don't scam me. Because if you scam me,
don't scam me.
I'm going to scam you. No.
You know what I mean? Hey, man. But yeah, watch out for the scams. But if you want to tune in with some legitimate people that really have your best interest at heart, man, just tap in. DeleteKing850.com. It's the Delete Kings. At the end of the day, we're here to help. Book a consultation call. If you got some issues with your credit,
we gonna fix it.
We gonna help you. We gonna consult you. It's not just, we gonna get some stuff deleted. We gonna build you up to the 800. We've done it for several people at this point. got them to the 800s. Oh, cool. Now it's not even a big deal. Then we're going to take you to the banks and get you this funding. And we're really genuinely not satisfied until you get at least 6 figures in business funding. We're trying to grow our testimonials.
And for y'all that don't know, 6 figures means 100K.
100K.
6 figures.
What would you do
6
with
numbers.
100K? I need you to go to sleep. Ask yourself, before you go to sleep, ask yourself that question. What would you do with a fresh 100K?
Here's our thumbnail.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, the bank giveth, they could take it away. But, hey, if they gave it to you, can you flip it? Can you spend $1 and make 2, or spend $1 and make 25 cents? What would you do with that? 100K head start. That's what we specialize in, business funding. How can you get in tune with us? Obviously, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever.
Our
social
website.
Media, everything, website, 850, tap in. All you got to do, book a call below. Wherever the link is, whatever, DeleteKing850.com, DeleteKing850 on Instagram.
DeleteKing CBO. Yeah,
At 94 PDV.
You know what I mean? Just tap in.
Ebook coming out soon.
And every time you see this link, every time you see a link that's going to pop out right now, right here, that's going to get you together. You feel me?
That's going to get you together.
It's going to get you
Have
together.
a beautiful afternoon, morning, whenever you listen to this. Peace. Tune into the next one.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless.